Hello everyone, this is Allegedly Caleb, and I am back with another Panzer Campaigns video. In this video, we're going to be going over the Panzer Campaign Spring Awakening 45 game. This game was just recently updated with some huge content. The base game covers the last German offensive, I believe 2 months before they surrendered, called the Spring Awakening. Essentially, they lost their oil fields in, I believe, Hungary, and they wanted to recapture those. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to continue their war effort. In addition, they were about to lose the Upper Silesia region, which had all their coal production, all of their a lot of their industry, and they figured that if they could extend the front line back out to where their oil fields were, then that Upper Silesia region would be safe as well. So that's the background of Spring Awakening 45. Now the new update, and it's a huge, huge update. You don't see updates like this very often, especially for free. This is like a full-on DLC. This update added the Battle for Budapest, or Budapest as they call it, where, so the original campaign is only 98 turns. So overall, the base game is one of the most easily accessible, easily playable Panzer campaigns in the series. So they added what is called the Battle for Budapest and Operation Conrad, stages 1 through 3. So this is a huge, huge addition. You can see it's 2 linked battles. You got the battle north of the Danube from January 6th through January 23rd, and then Operation Conrad. So January 1st all the way through the end of the scenario. So this is crazy. We're going to take a look at this. One of my favorite things about these late game or late war games is that they feature so many interesting units. So let's pull up the map. Still very manageable. Recently I've been showing a lot of France 40 and Poland 39 on my channel, and those games have extremely large maps and very, very high counter density. Now, oh my goodness. Oh yeah, you got the encirclement there. So this is the situation. You basically have the Germans trying to break through and get their units out of Budapest. So let's take a look at what's in Budapest. Wow, this is kind of crazy. You're gonna have all sorts of nationalities here too. So right here you got the Ukrainians, and now they're on the Soviet side. More Ukrainians. These red, or not Ukraine. Did I say Ukrainians? I meant Romanians. My apologies. These red ones, those are the guards, Soviet guards units. These tan brown ones are just regular Soviet units. Any other Soviet units or Soviet allies over here? No. Okay. Now these green ones are Hungarians. These ones are SS units, the gray ones, and then the blue ones are your Wehrmacht units. Blue ones are Luftwaffe. And I think that's all the different colors. So you got a lot of German units surrounded here, and so many little interesting. Here, let me turn the sound down. It's a little bit loud, but so many interesting. There we go. So many interesting little units and toys to play with, because again, this is the late war. Ooh, here we are. We got some Panthers right here. Got some Wirbelwinds, Ostwind Wirbelwinds. See a lot of morale level B because of these SS and high quality Wehrmacht units. Ooh, some Jagdpanzers. Oh man, you got some really cool units in here. Some SDKFZ 222s and 232s. Just some straight up. Oh, it's these drilling half tracks. These were oh, I can't remember. They're mentioned in the notes for the unit. They were apparently pretty nasty. Let's keep looking. Lots of half tracks. Oh, these ones have, I think that's the one with the 75 mounted onto it. Ooh, what's this one? Oh, IG-33, but it's on a little half track. Nice, so many interesting toys to play with. Pack 75. Stugs. Gosh, I love this. Look at these little guys. What are these? Oh, Zerini and Turin 2s. Zerini 2s and Turin 2s. Interesting. Most of these Hungarians are morale level D. What's the map? Oh my goodness, look at all that. That's going to be brutal for the Soviets to attack into if they want to do that. More Turin 2s. I heard those are actually pretty good tanks, the Turins. Some half tracks with 88s. I guess those aren't half tracks. Those are just straight up 88s on wheels. Nebelwerfers. M1542s. Those are Italian tanks. Interesting. Morale level C. That's SS Polizzi. If I remember right, those were, that division was created. Ooh, Panzer 38s, some Herzers. Those are very famous tanks. This division was created before the invasion of France, in 1940, that is, when the SS leaders wanted some more divisions to be involved, and basically I think they pulled just concentration camp guards, and that's what made that division up. By now they've got a bunch of experience, but they haven't been guards for a long time. Anything over here? What the? Huh. Some very cool units. Alright, now let's see what the Soviets have. They're going to have like IS-2s and all sorts of interesting stuff over here. What are these? Su-76s. I bet most of their armor is not over here, though. Yeah. Here's some armor. TAC AM R2s. Those are weird looking tanks. Oh, some T-34-85s. Those are good tanks. I'm sure everyone here probably knows what those are. If you don't, then those are, you'll learn. Those are some of the most iconic tanks of World War II. Ooh, ISU-122s. Cool. Oh, and some little old BA-64 recon cars. Ooh, oh yeah, here they are. The IS-2s. Look at those stats. Jeez. T-34-85s. I wanted to say 84. I knew that wasn't right. Whew. Ooh, more IS-2s, Su-85s. Some interesting units here. Now let's take a look at what we got over here. Oh, you got some M17 half tracks. Those are American Lend-Lease. I am sure there's got to be. Ooh, look at these Jagged Panthers. Some Panzer IVHs. Those were some of the last production variants. I think the J variant was the last one. Ooh, more assault guns. No, it looks like most of the... Well, no, it looks like it could go either side. There's objectives on both sides here. There's objectives over here for the Germans and objectives over on the German side for the Soviets. Now, the Germans have the benefit of a river to defend. What are these? Oh, Stug 3s and Marder 3s. Some Panzer 2s. That brings me back to my Poland game and my Poland game and my the one I'm playing right now, the other one. We got some Panthers, and yep, there's the 4Js. Some more of those assault guns mounted. Oh, some Hummels. Oh, here's some of the big boys. We got some Tigers here. Oh, those tanks are so cool. Panthers and Tigers. I know the Vermanok is definitely got a higher reputation than it might deserve, but there's just something about these tanks that are really neat. Like the Panther is such a gorgeous looking tank. Got more over here. Some more Hungarians. I love looking at the armor. Some Wesps and some Hummels. Some more Panthers. Now this looks like a fun scenario. This looks like a real fun scenario. Here's another big concentration. What are these? Oh, some Panzer IVHs, but they're Hungarian. Oh, some Panzer 38s. Those are old. Those are really old by now. I wouldn't be surprised if there's not many of those left. Were those Tigers the only Tigers that are on the battlefield? 23rd Panzer Division. It's got the Eiffel Tower in it, in its logo. That's interesting. I wonder if some of those men were drawn from French recruits. Ooh, big boy guns. Nice. Okay. So the Tigers must have been just that one unit. Unless... Oh, there's a bunch more that are coming. Okay. Well, this is quite the interesting campaign. Looks like the Allies want to... They've got a bunch of victory points in here. So I'm sure they want to try and take those. Yeah, look at all that. So that's a look at the new campaign that they just added. Let's go ahead. So you got the one for the head-to-head, and then one against the Soviet AI as the Axis player. Interesting that there's no version of it for the Allied player. I guess people like to play the attackers more often. It's good mix of defense and attack, though. Okay, now let's take a look at this one. don't see too much of a difference here. Oh, I guess this whole bottom area was opened up. Ooh, some Shermans. More Lend-Lease stuff. You know, one thing people don't know as much about the Lend-Lease stuff is that the people tend to think of like the tanks and the planes and stuff. Now, the Soviets didn't really like the American planes. The Soviets didn't love a lot of the American tanks, or the English tanks for that matter. But the one thing the Soviets did love that they could not get enough of were our trucks. One of the reasons they were able to be, they had so many motorized units was because we gave them a lot of trucks. A lot of trucks. We also provided uniforms and other more like necessity-based stuff. So I don't really know what the big difference is between these scenarios, the ones that we've looked at so far, other than seeing that a lot of the bottom of this map is opened up. Germans definitely do not have the numbers to break through here, though. That's for sure. All right, let's take a look at some more scenarios. Here's the Spring Awakening campaign. So you'll notice there's like a billion different versions of it. You can see there's some that say dynamic and some that say historical. Here they are, the historical ones. So historically in this campaign, mud slowed down the Germans a lot. So it ended up being more of like a World War I type of campaign or type of offensive than a World War II offensive, because they were probably moving like 2 tiles every turn. So like 2 kilometers each every 2 hours, just because the mud was so bad. The dynamic campaign it eases up the mud a little bit. So it lets you move your units a little bit more, which really does make the campaign more dynamic. So I do enjoy that. Let's take a look at the head-to-head campaign. Here we are. So different setting, different time. No more Budapest. We've lost Budapest by now. Here's the bulk of the offensive and the rest of it. Now you can see the German lines go for a long way. Here's the jump map. We'll take a look at some of the toys that are being used here. Now, something interesting about this campaign is that there are a lot of units that aren't really in many other late war games. So you got the IS-2s, IS-152s, /122s, IS-100s, and then of course you got the T-34-85s, the Su-76s, the M4A2s. But on the German side, you got your Tiger 2s, your Jagd Panthers, Panzer 470s, which were interesting. And they also had some Italian tanks. Oh, and they even had some T-34-76s, the Germans. So some captured T-34s. The Bulgarians on the Soviet side, they even have some Panzer 4s that they used against the Germans. The Soviets also had a bunch of German units, or German equipment, which is interesting. So, yeah. Let's see. I know the Tiger 2s are somewhere up here. I want to show you guys what they look like, because there's some pretty cool, some pretty freaking cool tanks. No, those are Panthers mixed with some other Panzer 4s. Come on, where are the big boys? We want to see the big boys. Just mixed tanks. No big boys? Oh, here they are. Got 17 of them. These king tigers. Look at that heart attack. Give the defenders a heart attack. That's for sure. You do not want to take those into these minefields, though. That's for sure. Otherwise, suddenly your 17 tanks are gone. I don't know why they are positioned here, too. Like, they were expecting to cross that rinky-dinky little bridge. Should come over this way, I guess. Anyway, wanted to show you guys that, because, I love those tanks. Oh, here's some more. Here's some more. You got 11 more king tigers. So they're just going to run over the minefields. Those are strong minefields too. But yeah, some other units the Soviets had, they captured a bunch of German 88s. They actually created a battalion. I think it was called the Avenger Battalion, full of just tracked 88s. Obviously, you know why they're probably called the Avenger Battalion. The Germans used 88s to great effect on the ground against all of their adversaries. They were doing that as early as Poland. Some people like to say that Rommel was the first one who did it in North Africa or even in France, but there's records of Germans doing that as early as in Poland. Here's some Italian tanks. Some Marder 2s. What are these units? These are, yeah, these are the Bulgarians. Cool. I wonder if we can see the, oh yeah, here's those Panzer IVs that are turned against the Germans. It's cool. It's really cool. We're going to have Panzer IVs as the Bulgarians and Italian tanks as the Germans. That's pretty funny. Some Panzer IIs. Got some SS units over here. What are these? Oh, this is a Luftwaffe field division. Yeah, these guys were not known to be very good. Got some little Italian tanks over here too. Some mix of 75 and 150 millimeter assault guns. And yeah, as the Germans, you want to basically capture a bunch of these objectives. I think most of your points come from capturing enemy objectives. You might get a lot, you might try to get a lot from taking Soviet victory points. But the German side in this scenario is very difficult to play. Because, again, what the heck? What the frick is this? This is ultimate use of AI right here, I think. Oh, that's funny. I don't know how that slipped in. That's Wargamers right there. That's our that is our, what are these? Just trying to look at some of these micro campaigns. Oh, yeah. Okay. Got little mini campaigns. 98 turns though. Is that what it said? Yeah, you get 98 turns in this. That's kind of crazy. I don't know if you need that much time. Maybe you do because of all the mud. No, I don't want to save it. So now we're just looking at random scenarios. Oh, yeah, here's one. A bunch of SS units against the Soviets. Still, looks like this could go either way. Not any true attackers or true defenders. Always like to see that. All or Nothing. That's the scenario name we're about to look at. Interesting. Now this is the Germans just attacking. Get some cool units here. Some verbal wins. Verbal wins. I keep saying like verbal wins. Maybe that's how you're supposed to say it. I don't know. I'm not German, nor have I mastered the German language. Panthers. Ooh, you got some King Tigers in this scenario. Cool. Oh, I love those tanks so much. I need to get a model of one of those. I know they were like not... When they actually made it onto the battlefield, they were obviously pretty good. But they were just, you know, they had such bad transmission problems because they were so freaking heavy. If you had to, like, you had to rail them everywhere. Ooh, look at those SU-100s. 47 hard. Let's see what. 47 hard. Oh yeah, those can pen those King Tigers. Whew. Yeah, and then you got aircraft that can just drop a 500-pound bomb on them, and that's enough to destroy it. Maybe a 250-pound bomb could destroy one of those. So, you know, they're just not very practical tanks. They're cool, freaking cool tanks, but not practical. How long have we been going on for? Almost half an hour. We'll take a look at a couple more of the scenarios, and then we shall end the episode. Not episode, we'll end the look through. Soviet counterattack. Another little... I like how many little scenarios there are. For those who like this view. Here you go. I personally hate this view. So we'll go back here. It looks so much cleaner like this. Love all the armor. Oh, more tanks. More tigers. I love tigers. They're just so cool. I need to play some of these late war ones. I've only featured like the 1939 and 40 Panzer Campaign games on my channel, but that needs to change. That really needs to change, doesn't it? Comment in the comments if you think that needs to change. And I will change it. Got some Hungarian and German units over here. This looks more infantry focused. What the? Oh, it's those it's those electric flamethrowers that I heard about. Just these fixed flamethrower units that were on the first defensive line. Interesting. They're not very good, it seems. Only 4 soft attack, but still, there's something. We'll look at one more. Yeah, someone I know in my comments asked me if they were using AI for these. Some of them look kind of AI-ish. I mean, personally, I don't mind that, but I know some people are pretty sensitive about that. My fiance is in the creative field, and I know they're kind of up in arms about that right now. Ooh, look at this. This would be a cool front. This would be a cool game to play. Oh, I keep seeing all these scenarios and I just want to play them. But that will have to be in another episode because I am still finishing my France 40 head-to-head Let's Play, which I've actually completed, so I can start probably recording something else. I really should. I'll have to find a scenario to record. But I hope you enjoyed the episode. I had fun making it. This is fun. I look forward to playing Spring Awakening 45, and I hope you enjoy watching. But anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. This is Allegedly Caleb, signing off.